Wow, so much damage being dealt by Kog'Maw and Fnatic. Let's go 3-0 in Group A of the League of Legends group in IEM New York right now. And they are doing so incredibly well, pushing up top. And by the way, Morgana actually already in the base, and this is down.
How does it feel, Wayne, to stand on the very stones that ran with your parents' blood? Do you feel sad? Full of rage? Or does that outfit help bury your feelings, hiding your true self?
You've become what you've always fought against, and I will stop you.
I have powerful friends, Batman. This is just the beginning.
Why do you work alone, Batman? I believe you enjoy the loneliness.
I assume that you thought yourself untouchable.
Looks like Batman himself is exiting the building.
Well, as you can see, no one is untouchable.
We are the future of Arkham! We are the future of Gotham!
If you solve the room ahead, you save them. If you don't, then they die.
You must show you are willing to take a life to save the world.
You cannot stop me. Soon I will command forces beyond your comprehension.
Are you gonna be a good boy and give up nicely? Bravo!
Amazing. That is a tough act to follow, but I've got the panelists to follow that. So now that you've seen the launch trailer, let me introduce you to our panel. First up, Sefton Hill, the game director from Rocksteady Studios. A dramatic Batman-style entrance there from Sefton. Next up, Nick Arundel, audio director at Rocksteady Studios. Next up, the man, the myth, the voice, Kevin Conroy. I don't know why you're applauding, you just missed out on the chance to record that for your ringtone. And the last member of our panel, Claudio Sanchez, frontman, progressive band, Holy Cambria, and a comic book creator and writer in his own right. Claudio, please. Let's get it rolling. So Nick, Sefton, Batman Arkham Asylum set the bar for video game quality, particularly with regard to superhero titles. As someone who covered games for a long time, generally when you get a superhero title, you're not expecting it to be that great. This one was different. What were your goals when setting out to make Arkham Asylum?
I mean, when we started Arkham Asylum, the thing that we really wanted to push was to try and make the most authentic Batman game we possibly could. You know, at Rocksteady we're just huge fans of Batman, so getting this opportunity to work on this game was phenomenal. You know, I've always said it's such a privilege to get to work on Batman, so those are all, our dual goals are always just to make a game that's really authentic, but something that's also really fun, and that's definitely something that we've tried to follow through to Arkham City.
And how, when you're coming off a game that's that acclaimed, that successful, you've heard the audience, they love it. In your head, are you intentionally trying to say like, well, we have to top that now? Is that with the attitude you're going with, or is it something else?
Yeah, I think at the end of
quite overwhelming, it's thanks to you guys and the response we got from you guys, it is quite daunting and scary. But I think at the same time it really inspires us, because when we're working like in a bunker for 2 years, it really inspires us to do for the last 9 months especially, it's been pretty crazy. We've been working weekends till 1 in the morning every day, and I think when we look at that and see that anticipation, it's something that definitely keeps us going.
Yeah, it's definitely what happened. Throughout that, we feel that kind of way of expectation, and only with
is a strong story, and Arkham Asylum had that. We just wanted a kind of a follow-up to it. And I'm very excited and to play the next one for sure. I mean, when the opportunity came to be a part of the soundtrack, I mean, it was something that, for me as a fan of the character, I mean, I jumped. I was telling you guys yesterday in the morning. I mean, it took me a day and a half to create the song. I was so enthused, So yeah, I'm sorry.
I think we're all fans. Yes, sir.
And he was one of the original inspiration creating So his involvement in this game was fundamental in terms of. See, I think one of the most important things about Batman is the relationship between the audience and the story. There is an incredible degree of loyalty from the audience. You understand Batman better than I do. I've found often when I hear from people. And I think there's a connection between the audience and Paul. There are these certain people who were in the original group that there's such loyalty because there's just a connection between them and the audience. Paul is one of those people.
What would you say is particular about, say, delivering lines that Paul has written versus, you don't have to name names, I won't get anyone in trouble, but lines that they come from other writers? What's unique about what he brings to the table?
What Paul understands about Batman is everything about Batman comes from those very deep wounds that he went through as a child. And I think that's why the audience relates to Batman so well. Everybody's got a public face and a private face. We all, everybody does. And in Batman, it's manifested. He's the embodiment. He takes that to a whole different level. And the private face is that wounded kid who lost his parents and is taking on the world to avenge them and to correct those mistakes. Paul goes to that place with every single one. He goes to that basic truth of the myth.
So, given how closely you've been involved with Batman now, in terms of experience, it's pretty much Paul, Bruce Timm, and you. Where does Arkham City fit in terms of advancing the Batman myth? What does it add?
What's cool about it is it takes it to a new technology. It's just bringing it into a new, realm. But it's the same story, it's the same myth, it's the same ethos. It's just in a new format. And it's an interactive format with the audience. So it's kind of ideal, because this has always been a story that so involves the audience. So I think it's kind of ideally suited to this.
That's a bit that we've actually showed earlier. So as you know, as we said before, the story of Arkham City is that we have this whole district of Gotham that's been shut down. There's now this big maximum security. It's full of all of these great supervillains that we all know and love. What's happened is that Batman's gone in here to find out what's going on. He doesn't trust this place, he doesn't trust Hugo Strange, and he knows that if you take all of these people into Gotham City and combine them, that's kind of a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. So he's gone in there to investigate what's happening, and the only person he feels he can trust in there is Catwoman. So you've probably seen in some of the earlier demos we did, Two-Face has captured Catwoman. Batman heads to Catwoman to try and save her, and while he's there, Joker takes a pot shot at him. And what Joker's basically doing is just trying to get Batman's attention. So that's where we're going to pick up the story here. So when you play the game, you're going to get these synopsis screens as you play through. And what's just happened is I've climbed to the top of the church tower. At the church tower, Joker's left a message for me, and also left some bombs in there, blown up the church tower. Batman's dived out the window.
Alfred, I've got a lot of the signal used to locate the scene. Joker's behind this.
Was there ever any doubt?
The radio signal should lead me right to him.
Good luck, sir.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this radio signal. Joker was using an alternated sniper rifle. Batman's hacked into the radio signal. I'm going to follow that radio signal back to where it's supposed to from. I give time to see if I move around. That goes up and down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the music and the dialogue, the Kevin and his lovely work, speak for themselves.
Don't bother us. You're telling the wrong person. I know. Why did you go out? I guess. You should have waited. You were hungry.
One of the new things you can do, you saw there, is actually quickly use the different gadgets without having to select them. And lots of new gadgets. As well. So you saw before, you heard before, the heart is destroyed, totally destroyed with Joker's 6. So what she's done is she's been trying to bring doctors to try and fix the Joker.
I promised you some entertainment, right, boys? I did my best. Well, you should have tried harder. That useless plaque is failed, Mr. J. You know what that means? One thing you can never
We had about the bigger fights that we had in the first game as well. Fights going up to 25, 30 people at a time. This is the first time we've had into Jennifer's turn.
Mr. J, I need him back here like yesterday!
The steam is blocking the exit. If I follow the pipe back, I may find a way to shut it down.
So another cool new feature is the ability to throw multiple batarangs. So it's throwing 3 quick batarangs times a tutorial for that, and I can also use that in combat, so I will try and do that afterwards.
How should I know? He's always freaking out these days. Joker really must be sick after all. I guess.
And the new thing as well, straight through the floor rate, I can flip up, boom, and take that for right. So one of the cool new gadgets you have is what we
Alfred,
call...
Joker's holed up in the manager's office in the steel mill.
I'm sure you'll find a way, sir.
Of course I will. Some of his goons dragged the doctor away. I'm going to find her first, then deal with Joker.
So one of the new gadgets you have is what we call the remote electrical charge. What the remote electrical charge does, it effectively fires like a projectile taser. And you can use that to control machinery, create magnetic fields, also fire into enemies to kind of stun them and taser them. So I'll show you some of those features now. So I'm going to get into Joker's office. I'm going to use the magnetic field off this to swing the train. And then I'm going to put it out.
What's wrong? He-Man, you come into Mr. J's home and start smashing it to pieces. Don't you know he's sick?
Okay, it's going to...
Surprise, B-Man. He just doesn't have
here is that there is a bit of a spoiler coming up. So if you don't want to see any spoilers when you play, try to keep your fingers in your ears, close your eyes. Here we go.